Hello everyone. Today I am going to discuss about combination of thin lenses. This is last part of refraction of light through lens. In the last session I already told you totally there are three derivations in this part. Two derivations, that is lens maker's formula and thin lens formula, that we already studied in the last sessions. Now this is the third part, that is a combination of thin lenses. So before going to derive combination of thin lenses in contact, first we have to know, so why we have to study about combination of thin lenses? What are the uses of combining two lenses, right? So it is used to increase the field of view. So here we are going to increase the image, whatever the image is formed by the object, so that field of view easily we can increase by using more than one lenses. Or it is also used to increase the magnification of the image. Magnification means enlargement. To enlarge the image of the object, we need more than one lenses in contact. Or it is also used to increase sharpness of the final image by reducing the defects. So by reducing the defects, so we can increase the sharpness of the final image. So in general, to increase the field of view or to magnify the image or to sharp the final image, we are going to use combination of thin lenses in contact. Now I am going to derive an equation for combination of thin lenses in contact. Before going to derive this equation, let us observe the ray diagram. Here I am going to consider two convex lenses which are coaxially in contact with each other. We already know that convex lens is also called as converging lens because after refraction converging of light takes place and it gives a real image of the object. So I am going to consider two lenses A and B which are coaxially in contact with each other. Now on this principal axis I am going to keep an object O. From this object O, two light radiations are emitted. The first light radiation is traveling along the principal axis so that it is undeviated. Then second ray of light, when it is going to incident on the first surface of the lens A. Here we know that lens is bounded by two surfaces. So totally there are two lenses in contact, so that there are four spherical surfaces, so that 4 times refraction of light takes place. After refraction, so this refracted ray is going to converge. These two refracted rays are converging at the point I. Now this point I is called the real image of the object O. Right, this is point object O. Here image is formed at point I. This image is real because converging of light takes place after refraction. Right. Then what is this I1, or you can take it as I dash. See here, I am going to consider this image I in two stages. In the first case or in the first stage, refraction of light takes place through lens A. In the second stage, refraction of light takes place through the second lens B. That means in the first case, B is absent. In the second case, A is absent. Suppose if the lens B is absent, then only 2 times refraction of light takes place, so that the final image is formed at the point I dash instead of I, only because second lens was absent. So in this way, I am going to consider this image in two stages. So in brief, we can study in the next slide. Then what is this U? We know that U indicates object distance. Object distance means the distance between optic center to object. But here we consider two lenses which are coaxially in contact with each other. So we have to take object distance from the point P, that is center of two lenses. So from the point P we have to measure object distance is U, and this is image distance which is denoted by V. Here U is negative because it is opposite to the direction of incident ray. V is positive because it is along the direction of incident ray. Now I am going to consider this real image I in two stages. The first case I am going to consider a refraction of light through first lens. See here, let us imagine this surface or the second lens B is absent. If there is no second lens, if there is only one convex lens, then only 2 times refraction of light takes place. After refraction, this ray of light is going to converge at point I dash. Instead of I1, we can consider I dash, and this is V dash. Right? So, if B is absent, only 2 times refraction of light takes place, so that we can get final image at the point I dash. Now this point I dash is real image of the object O. Right? Now, if I am going to consider only one lens, then we already derived in the last session about thin lens formula. Now it is as same as thin lens formula because this part is completely absent. So now I am going to use thin lens formula. So according to thin lens formula, we have the equation. What is the equation for thin lens formula? That is 1 by F equal to 1 by V minus 1 by U. So this equation I am going to use in both the cases because here the second lens is absent, which is equivalent to thin lens equation. Now let us substitute the value in this standard equation. So here 1 by F, instead of 1 by F, I am going to write it as 1 divided by F1. Here it is focal length, let us take it as F1. See here 1 by F. So I am going to write it as 1 by F1 for the first case is equal to 1 divided by V indicates image distance. So where the image is formed in the first case, that is at point I dash. So image distance will become V dash. 1 by V dash minus 1 divided by object is at O. So object distance is denoted by U. So 1 by F1 equal to 1 by V dash minus 1 by U. Let us take it as equation number 1. So this is first case. Remember, in the first case, second lens is absent. Only 2 times refraction of light takes place. So the final image is formed at point I dash. Now I dash is real image and image distance is V dash. Right? So this is first case. Let us take it as equation 1. Now let us move towards the second case. In the second case, that is refraction of light through second lens. In the second case, let us imagine the first lens A is absent. Right? In the second case, the first lens A is absent. So when the first lens A is absent, so now we are having only second lens B. So this part is completely absent. Right? Now what happens? When the first lens is absent, we can't see the object. This object is invisible. We don't know where is the real object because we are getting only this part, right? So we know only this ray of light is coming somewhere here. So now here we cannot see the real object. Now what happens? Now what happens? Two times refraction of light takes place. Finally, this refracted ray is going to converge at point I. Now this point I is taken as real image of the object, but object is invisible. This part is completely absent. So now we know that whenever the real object is invisible, then we have to consider virtual object that we already studied in refraction of light through convex spherical surface, right? So according to the definition of virtual object, we know that when a converging beam of light falls on any surface, refraction of light takes place. But when it is extended in forward direction, it meets at a point I dash. Now this point I dash is taken as virtual object. See here, in the second case, a real object is invisible because this part is completely absent. So now we are having only one lens, that is B. See here, this ray of light is coming somewhere here. So we cannot see the real object. So two times refraction of light takes place. Finally the image is formed at I. Now this is real image. So where is the object? Object is invisible. So I am going to consider virtual object. What is virtual object? When a converging beam of light falls on any spherical surface, refraction of light takes place. But when it is extended in forward direction, it meets at a point. Now that point is taken as virtual object. So this is virtual, means this object is not real, right? So just we considered virtual object VO. Now again according to thin lens formula, so we have the equation. According to thin lens formula, what is the equation? 1 by f equal to 1 by v minus 1 by u. Again use this standard equation in the second case. So instead of 1 by f, I am going to write 1 by f2 for second case is equal to 1 by v minus 1 by u. 1 divided by image is formed at point I. So image distance is v, keep as it is, minus 1 divided by object is invisible, we considered virtual object. So instead of u, I can write it as v dash. So in place of u, I am going to write it as v dash. Again, don't apply Cartesian sign conventions here because we are using the thin lens formula where we already applied sign conventions, right? So now let us take it as equation number 2, right? Now adding both the equations. Adding equation 1 from first case and equation 2 from second case. Adding equation 1 and 2. In equation 1, so we have the RHS side, that is 1 by v dash minus 1 by u. Similarly, equation 2 RHS side is 1 by v minus 1 by v dash is equal to LHS side, that is 1 by f1 plus 1 by f2, adding both the equation. So 1 by v dash minus 1 by v dash get cancelled, remaining is minus 1 by u plus 1 by v equal to 1 by f1 plus 1 by f2, or it can be written as 1 by v minus 1 by u equal to 1 by f1 plus 1 by f2. Right? So according to thin lens formula, we know the equation 1 by f equal to 1 by v minus 1 by u. Right? So this is what our thin lens formula. So in place of 1 by v minus 1 by u, so we can write directly 1 by f equal to 1 by f1 plus 1 divided by f2. So the equivalent lens of combination of a lens is that single lens which produces the same effect as that produced by combination of lenses. See here, from this equation, we came to know that instead of using two lenses in contact, we can use single lens which produces the same effect. Right? So instead of using two or more than two lenses, we can use a single lens which produces the same effect. So here we used two lenses. So the equation is 1 by f equal to 1 by f1 plus 1 by f2. If I am using three lenses, then equation will become 1 by f equal to 1 by f1 plus 1 by f2 plus 1 by f3. In this way, we can modify this equation. Now, combination of two thin lenses in contact, equation will be 1 by f equal to 1 by f1 plus 1 by f2. So, this is the final equation for combination of thin lenses in contact. Remember, instead of using two lenses in contact, we can use single lens which produces the same effect. So this is all about combination of thin lenses in contact. Remember, there are two cases. We will get two equations. Add those two equations. We will get the final equation 1 by f equal to 1 by f1 plus 1 by f2. So this completes refraction of light through lenses.